Spears.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
60. Here we go. Warriors, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
It's taken to the 26. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here's Cook again.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard into the 36. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Third down and 10.
52. Middle. What's that?
Throwing now is Allen.
These guys running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Well, 1 for 1, a lot more to go.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Allen going to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Alert! 56. Stop. What's that?
Allen now looks to throw.
Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 21. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Here's Allen to throw it.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
Now Allen going to change it up.
They'll run it. Here's Cook.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Allen.
Oh, a poor throw there, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Yeah, that's a good start to drive number 2. Remember, they had to punt the first time they had it. So maybe a little bit different sense of purpose here. And they start out with a nice gain and a quick first down.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready.
To throw, here's Ward. That's complete to DK.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. We're scoreless after 1.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Let's go now. 1960 Bobcats. Panther 11. Panther 11.
From the gun, Ward.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Go.
To throw is Ward. That's to the tight end, Helm.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And 10 at the Bills' 14-yard line.
Trap 60, trap 60. Go. Hey, ready?
Throwing is Ward. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready, ready?
To the air again, Ward. He'll try and do this himself. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. And his kick here is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little bit, didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there the last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Now Allen. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. He was out there waving his arms. When you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
From the gun, it's Allen. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
It's second down.
Allen going to change this at the line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. First down, here's the run with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Titans' 46-yard line.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. picked off by Kevin Winston. And the Titans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Titans. Chimray Dike, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Bills nothing.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On play action, Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 33. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Allen. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
Now Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now Allen again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Alert! Alert! Regular. What's that?
A final shot before half for Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Keon Coleman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Allen going to run with it. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, 70 yards. And the Bills come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Throwing now, Ward. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Ready, break. 18 Rattler. Come on. Set. Ready.
Out of the gun, Ward. Throwing right, and that's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Now Ward. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Ward.
his throw here is going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Here's Ward.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Titans are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Ward now working out of the gun.
That is caught inside the 5. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Calvin Ridley for 4 yards out.
And the Titans have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Point after, up and good. And it's now 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've had to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Allen going to run with it. And he comes back with one complete.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Cook up the gut. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Allen going to throw. That is caught. Touchdown, Bills. Khalil Shakir. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bills take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Pass on for the extra point. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Titans have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Extra point attempt to come here. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Titans 24, Bills 20.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Brown 80.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Completes it to Coleman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Allen. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
The Bills are lining up for a two-point.
Allen will try to throw for it. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead.
24. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Brought down by Ed Oliver.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
To throw is Ward. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And here's a give to Spears. A beautiful fake. Touchdown, Titans. Tajay Spears, 50 yards. And the Titans use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
No problem there on the extra point. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
31. Bills 28.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Allen to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To the air, Allen. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, it will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 17-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook from 17 yards out. And the Bills have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Escapes the defender. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Top low 18. Tag.
They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here comes 2nd down.
79 Broncos. Let's go now. Ready.
He'll look to throw. That's to the tight end Helm. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On the double.
Plenty of time left, plus all 3 timeouts. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
What a time to come up with a play like that. They're now in field goal range. But the opportunity is also there to try and win the game outright.
Hand off to Spears. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Ready, set.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Get it. Ready, ready.
Right back to Spears.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation. This is NFL football at its best. Here's third down.
And this is going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. This is 1st and 10.
Offensive 2. Right, 80. Monday. Gun.
Now Allen. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. He's on his way. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Ready, ready, go!
And now a run with Spears.
Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is good. Despite the rainstorm, a good snap, a good hold, and the kick went through. And it'll be a hot time across the Cumberland tonight. The Titans have won it.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Titans, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.